Hello. Let me try to get a little bit more light. Can y'all see me? How you doing? It's me, SaBrina Fisher Reece, and I am here today. I want to talk to you about something that I actually write about quite often. It's called holes, Holes, and a lot of times we don't realize that we have holes, but we do. And sometimes everything we do, every action that we take, everything that we do, it's coming through the hole first. You understand? Meaning holes that are left from past trauma, holes that are left from abuse, holes in us, in our hearts. I just did a speech in Arizona, and I was talking about mending our holes and how necessary it is for us to try to mend our holes, because a lot of times we don't realize that we have them. Yes, as a matter of fact, when I was about 30, you couldn't have told me I had holes. I had built up such a wall that I was like, and that wall consists of, I don't care. Oh, so what? My mother abandoned me. Who cares? I don't care. But the truth of the matter is, I did care. Sorry, y'all. Still at work. I'm still the owner of a New Vision Dreadlock Studio, but we're going to leave that alone. So let me just make sure that I've got this public, because it looks like you guys can't see me. Can y'all see me? Because I can't see y'all nowhere. All right. Anyway, holes. Let me sit right here. I am the first to admit that I have a lot of holes. Or I did. I grew up with a lot of holes from being a child of substance abusers as parents, and being someone that, don't worry, I'm gonna get it together here, y'all. I'm gonna stop moving. I'm sorry. Someone who didn't experience the love that I personally feel that someone is supposed to have from the beginning of their life. So therefore, I got married really young. Not that I didn't love my first husband, because I absolutely did. However, we love differently when we have these holes, when we have a fear behind our love. We're afraid at some point that we're going to lose everything because we didn't have that love from the beginning of our lives. So we love differently. We either put up this super, super strong wall where we don't let nobody in, or we love harder and longer and stronger. And, I've done both. I've done both. And I don't regret any experience that I have ever had. I want you guys to understand that. I married my second husband and I only knew him for 5 months. Yes, 5 months. Yes, I understand. But although that did not turn out to be a traumatic experience for me, he was a great guy. The decision to marry a man that I only knew 5 months came from my hole. You understand? The hole in my heart, the fear, the doubt, the fear of not being loved. So, oh my God, this great guy, he's wonderful. So, of course, yes, I only know you 5 months. I don't know nothing about you, but I'm going to marry you. So I did that. Thank God he was protecting me and he wasn't a user or an abuser or any of that type of thing. But however, because I still had a lot of holes left that I hadn't even started to attempt to mend, it didn't work out. But I take full responsibility for everything. All my marriages, it's all my fault. I mean, not that they didn't, the husbands didn't have some issues, but it's all my fault because I had, people with a lot of past trauma, they can be very controlling. It's because we have to jump in there and control everything really quick so that you don't hurt us. So we have to mold you and shape you so that you don't hurt us. You understand? And in retrospect, when I look back, I definitely was like that. I jokingly say, oh yeah, I'm a Leo. That's how I am. That's my astrological sign. I'm naturally controlling. No, it might have a tiny percent to do with that, but for the most part, all of those decisions, all of that controlling behavior was because I had holes that I hadn't even started to mend. I hadn't even began because I was in denial that I even had them. Of course, if you know me, you've been following me, you know that I was abandoned by my mother. I hadn't even started to attempt to attack that. I still had that I don't give a darn. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I had that wall up. Who cares? Whatever. I don't care. I used to always say, and I'm not proud of this, but it's the truth. And y'all know me. I'm always transparent. My life's an open book. But I used to always say that I don't care if my mother died. I don't care. I don't care. I don't feel nothing. She never loved me. I don't love her. I used to always speak that out of my mouth until then she died in June of last year, 2018 in June. She died. And I couldn't understand where this pain came from. This pain that just welled up in me. I was like, what is this, God? How do I process this? Why am I feeling this for someone who didn't love me? I didn't get it, and I was mad about it. I was like, how dare I shed a tear? I was mad. Ooh, I was mad. And make no mistake, 4 years prior to her death, I attempted to meet with her and try to mend these holes, because even though I could not explain what was happening to me at the time, it was very clear that God was trying to transform me into this amazing woman that I am today. He was changing me. He was moving all that stuff out the way. So it was perfect timing, God's timing, that I would meet with my mother and have this meeting where I would just bare my soul, bare my feelings, ask her all these questions. Are these horrible, traumatic stories of the things you did to us as 6 children, is it true? Were they twisted? Did people exaggerate? And here at this time, she's 26 years clean and sober. So I'm expecting this love and hug and, all this stuff. Didn't go that way, but God was preparing me to understand that we can't change other people, and we don't know what their journey is here for. It actually gave me some compassion that I never in my life thought that I could feel, because for her journey or what she went through. Now, I did ask her, did somebody hurt you? Did somebody abuse you? What happened, and what made you capable of abandoning all your children? And she did say that, oh, no, I was the only child. Everybody loved me. Walks at Hatchet, Texas. I was the favorite. It was no only grandchild, only child. Now, who knows if that was the truth? Because I tend to not want to believe that someone who could abandon 6 children is just born that way, But who knows? That was her reply to me, that she hadn't been through anything, So I'll never know, because she's gone now. However, after that day, and I say this in a lot of my videos, y'all, but it's just the truth. I wrote it in my book. I was seeing behind a veil. I was living life behind a veil. Ooh, this makes me emotional. When I went and decided to start to mend that hole by forgiving my mother for her abandonment of me, when I walked out of her apartment, which was on Palmyra in the jungle, the sky was beautiful. It was different. I noticed it. It was significantly brighter. And then I glanced down from the sky and I looked at the grass. And it was like it was alive. It was this beautiful, crisp green. And it wasn't any different than when I walked in. It's just that hole started to close just a little bit. And I was able to see the amazing world, the way God created it. Past trauma and these holes, they leave wounds. And these wounds prevent us from living up to our fullest capabilities. They prevent us from seeing the beauty of the world. So I'm so excited about living long enough to start to mend my holes. And I encourage anybody in this world, if you have them, if you have holes, and just so y'all know, I'm saying HOLES. Type that at the bottom, HOLES, the holes that are left in our heart, mind, body, spirit, and soul from past trauma. If you have them, if there's somebody you need to talk to, please do, because it makes a difference. Because on this earth, suffering is a choice. Now, there were years and years that I blame any issue I had and any issue that my sisters had on my mother, And the truth of the matter is, no matter what we've been through in life, it's still our responsibility to choose to continue to suffer. And I know there are some horrific things that we've all been through that you just like, I can't let this go. But this person did this horrible thing to me. People have been hurt, molested, abused, all kinds of things. I get it. However, to continue to suffer is a choice. It's a choice. Because I was the queen. Oh no, y'all know what she did. Y'all don't know. So SaBrina, you have an attitude. Oh, it's my mother's fault. Oh, SaBrina, you mean as hell. Oh, it's my mother's fault. Oh, SaBrina, no. To continue to be that way, it's my choice. To continue to suffer or live in hell, because we don't know what's next. I say this all the time, but we're not supposed to experience hell on earth. We're supposed to create heaven. And that day when I walked out of that apartment and I saw that beautiful sky and I saw the green grass, all beautiful and crisp, it was like a little glimpse of heaven while we're on earth. And that is amazing to me. And I want it for everybody. I want you guys to feel it. I want you guys to start however you feel that you need to start mending your holes, mending them. I do have a video on YouTube called Holes. You can look it up. Motivational speaker SaBrina Fisheries Holes. But just realize that we all have them. Some are small, some are large. I can't see yours, you can't see mine, but they are there. And mine are getting a little smaller, just a little bit smaller. With each day that I take control, I decide that I don't have to suffer. I'm 50. Yes, I know. I'm 50 now. I've been suffering with these gaping holes for years and no more every day. I had some situations and some people in my life, that we weren't getting along and a whole lot of things going on and, some situations. And once you decide to make peace, even if the other person is wrong, you decide to be peaceful. Ooh, honey, I get up then I feel a whole lot better. A lot of those things can stress you out and stress you right to the grave. And honey, I just started the second half of the rest of my life, which will definitely be the best half. And I want that for all of you. Each and every one of you, you deserve to experience the best that life has to offer. You deserve to experience heaven on earth, but you can't do that until you start to mend those holes that are left by past trauma. So please start. Please open your heart. Please have a forgiving heart. Please realize that other people hurt people. And a lot of the things that people have done to other people is because they were hurt, they were abused, and they never dealt with their stuff. You understand? So realize that we can't change them, because sometimes we want people to apologize a certain way or say what we think they need to say in order to make us feel better. Happiness is a choice. It's up to you. And they will make it to their grave sometimes. It's not a guarantee that the person that hurt and abused you will make it right. They might not, but you still got to be okay. You still have to choose to be happy, healthy, and whole by mending those holes. I love you guys. It's SaBrina Fisheries, America's #1 transformational mindset coach in 59 seconds or a little longer.